Lei, Emperor Lei Hong? Outside the graveyard, the figure of Phantom Mirage, shrouded in darkness, suddenly froze. His gaze immediately locked onto the blurred figure within the tomb. A thunderous voice rang out. The Phantom Mirage clan, huh? A mere Phantom Mirage clan dares to enter my domain. Truly audacious. A faint smile appeared at the corner of the blurred figure's mouth. Then, from the countless tombstones on the hill, strange bolts of lightning began to surge, slowly gathering under the watchful eyes of the 3 Phantom Mirage members. An overwhelming, dominant aura began to emanate. Not good. Retreat. Despite the strength of the Phantom Mirage clan, they couldn't help but retreat, their figures falling back in a hurry. Thunder radiance. A commanding voice boomed across the heavens. In an instant, countless bolts of lightning surged toward the surrounding darkness, their power terrifying enough to send chills down the spine. Rumble. The 3 members of the Phantom Mirage had intended to break into Emperor Lei Hong's tomb and destroy his remaining power, hoping to initiate an all-out war with the Forging Thunder Valley. But they hadn't anticipated that Emperor Lei Hong had left behind a contingency plan. They were immediately chased by the dazzling lightning, forced to flee in a rather sorry state. "Come into my tomb," the blurred figure said lightly, effortlessly repelling the Phantom Mirage clan. His voice softened, carrying a gentle tone, one that seemed to be directed at both Xiao Yin and Duan Qifei. Xiao Yin and Duan Qifei nodded lightly, then glanced outward to confirm that the Phantom Mirage members were temporarily trapped. Only then did they turn towards the peak of the hill, surrounded by the lightning aura. The space at the top of the hill warped slightly, as if a powerful barrier was in place. Thud. What overwhelming pressure! As Xiao Yin and Duan Qifei stepped onto the hilltop, they were immediately bombarded by waves of searing lightning, their faces grim. Even as perfect 2-star Docian experts, the pressure was clearly immense. Buzz, buzz, buzz. A grayish lightning power surged from their bodies, easing the pressure somewhat. This gray lightning was the power of the Thunder Lord. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Not long after, the figures of Xiao Yin and Duan Qifei, wrapped in the gray lightning, suddenly vanished into the top of the hill. Crash! In the blink of an eye, the two reappeared, now looking entirely different. Sizzle! Powerful silver lightning crackled along the walls, seeming fierce but actually serving as a protective force. This is... Xiao Yan's pupils contracted sharply, as if he had sensed something. Emperor Lei Hong's resting place. Duan Qifei, however, remained calm, her gaze sweeping around the space. It was an enormous space, devoid of any decoration, except for a massive 8 trigrams formation in the center. At the center of the formation stood a bronze coffin, quietly standing there, with an ancient and terrifying power emanating from it. "This is Emperor Lei Hong's tomb?" Xiao Yin asked, unable to hide his astonishment. "It should be," Duan Qifei replied. Outsiders know that the Thunder Tomb holds many opportunities, but they don't realize that it is actually the resting place of powerful East Continent experts, with Emperor Lei Hong being the most prominent. And in our Forging Thunder Valley, only Father possesses the key to Emperor Lei Hong's tomb, which is why we can enter. It's likely a stroke of luck. Duan Qifei's eyes flickered as she spoke. "What's so mysterious about Emperor Lei Hong?" Xiao Yin asked, though he already suspected that Emperor Lei Hong had a complex background. Emperor Lei Hong possessed many sealing techniques for evil, and it's said that he left behind treasures in the Thunder Tomb to help later generations suppress the extraterritorial evil clan. Duan Qifei continued, her eyes narrowing as she added, "I just wonder if his legacy still remains." Xiao Yin nodded thoughtfully. "If that's the case, let's see what mysteries lie within. But we must be cautious," Duan Qifei warned, her expression serious. "And because of the lightning power in my body, I can't afford to touch anything here, whether good or bad." Xiao Yin smiled confidently. "Leave it to me. Senior." "I apologize." Whoosh. In the next moment, Xiao Yin stepped forward, heading straight for the bronze coffin at the center of the 8 trigrams formation. "Be careful, this formation is definitely not simple," Duan Qifei murmured. watching Xiao Yan's movements. Got it. Xiao Yan nodded lightly, his brilliant soul power gradually gathering around him, forming a series of powerful defenses before he cautiously approached the edge of the 8 trigrams formation to study it carefully. The formation as a whole resembled a massive disk, originally dull and lifeless. However, as Xiao Yan drew closer, strange rays of light began to flicker on its surface. Through his vast soul power, Xiao Yan immediately sensed that these lights were actually radiant thunderbolts. To his astonishment, the thunderous energy was also covered in dense, small symbols, pulsating mysteriously. These symbols seemed to be the most devout guardians of the world, protecting the bronze coffin. What should we do now? Xiao Yan fell into a moment of contemplation. It was clear that this 8 trigrams formation was not easily broken. Heaven-Earth 8 trigrams. Yin-Yang borrowed technique. Break for me. The next moment, the devourer of souls within Xiao Yan's body stirred, and a powerful aura began to spread out from him. With the emergence of the devourer of souls, the previously indestructible 8 trigrams formation suddenly began to show signs of being suppressed, its energy wilting under the weight of higher powers. That's it? It's gone? Xiao Yan was momentarily stunned. The formation, which seemed so formidable, had been shattered so easily by the Devourer of Souls. Duan Qifei, knowing some details of the Devourer of Souls' identity through the reincarnation token, was not as surprised. What could be inside this bronze coffin? With the formation broken, Xiao Yan's heart burned with anticipation, and he slowly approached the bronze coffin. Seems like someone beat us to the inheritance. The Devourer of Souls muttered under its breath as it observed Xiao Yan's eagerness. Thud. I hope it won't disappoint me, Xiao Yan thought, oblivious to the Devourer of Souls' comment, still fervently approaching the bronze coffin. Strange, the energy within the bronze coffin seems incredibly weak. Is it just an illusion? Duan Qifei, with her enhanced perception after her reincarnation, was unusually sensitive to power. With Emperor Lei Hong being associated with the thunder element, if the coffin contained a legacy or a powerful force, it would be impossible for her not to sense it. But now, there was no intense reaction coming from the bronze coffin. Thud. Xiao Yan finally reached the side of the bronze coffin, and a faint silver thunder flickered, almost imperceptible. Through this lightning, Xiao Yan sensed something unusual about it. This bronze coffin, something's off. Xiao Yan hesitated, not rushing to open the coffin. Although it contained Emperor Lei Hong's corpse, there was a chance it could still house other guardians or secrets. Caution was warranted. As Xiao Yan approached, the bronze coffin suddenly emitted surges of silver thunder, seemingly in an attempt to protect itself. A powerful, intense aura surged forward, charging at Xiao Yan. This is bad. Xiao Yan immediately turned and ran. The power was far too strong, beyond what he could handle at his current level. Whoosh! Just as Xiao Yan was about to flee, Duan Qifei's gray thunder erupted from her body, easily suppressing the silver lightning. What is this? Xiao Yan shook his head, his voice filled with fear. It was clear that there was something dangerous inside the bronze coffin. It seems the legacy of Emperor Lei Hong has already been claimed. There might be treasures inside. Duan Qifei's beautiful eyes locked onto the bronze coffin, and her delicate hand clenched into a fist as she sensed something, then spoke again. The inheritance has been claimed? Xiao Yan frowned at her words. The legacy of Emperor Lei Hong, a 5-star Do Xian, would have greatly boosted his strength. Hearing Duan Qifei's comment, he could not suppress his frustration. It's an empty tomb. After a moment, Duan Qifei's pupils constricted, and her jade finger pointed directly at the bronze coffin as she spoke. Empty tomb? Xiao Yan was once again stunned. Emperor Lei Hong, come forth, Duan Qifei said as her gaze fixed on the bronze coffin. Is this going to work? Xiao Yan mumbled, looking up. After all, this was a forbidden area, and it was the last hope for the contestants. If it was destroyed by Duan Qifei like this, their fate would be sealed. However, out of trust in Duan Qifei, he did not act hastily to stop it. Heh, not bad, little one. But there's something familiar about the energy around you. As Duan Qifei made her move, A sliver of silver lightning suddenly detached from the bronze coffin and fell, forming an ancient, hazy silhouette on the outer 8 trigrams array. Could it be the remnant soul of Emperor Lei Hong? Xiaoyan quickly realized after feeling the overwhelming surge of lightning energy. The figure before him was indeed the true remnant soul of Emperor Lei Hong, who had been buried in the tomb. The energy that had surrounded the tomb earlier was merely an energy construct. "Senior," Xiaoyan said respectfully as he looked at the apparition of Emperor Lei Hong, but Duan Qifei frowned when the figure appeared. The reincarnation pattern on her forehead flickered with faint, ancient ripples that subtly radiated out. Lei Lord's reincarnation? Emperor Lei Hong's illusory form trembled as it spoke, noticing the strange energy emanating from Duan Qifei. "I never expected to see the reincarnation of Lei Lord after so many years." Ha ha ha. A deafening laugh echoed through the entire tomb. This person, Duan Qifei, seemed to have recalled something, stirred by the reincarnation fluctuations. Lei Lord was one of the peak thunder attribute experts in the Great Thousand Worlds, even stronger than Emperor Lei Hong and others. Many of the thunder attribute experts, including Emperor Lei Hong himself, had received guidance from Lei Lord in their lifetimes, so he was revered as a deity by them. Naturally, they were full of admiration for him. It was clear that Emperor Lei Hong, who had once been of average strength, had gained some opportunities from Lei Lord, which allowed him to rise to his current power. Though he eventually perished, he remained deeply grateful to Lei Lord. "You carry not only the reincarnation fluctuations of Lei Lord, but also some other rare energies, such as bloodline," Emperor Lei Hong continued, as he looked at Duan Qifei with teary eyes, seemingly connecting with her. This gave Xiaoyan the impression that they had met after a long separation. "He is my father," Duan Qifei replied, having already sensed something. Now that Emperor Lei Hong had spoken, she confirmed it. She was also curious about how her father had inherited Emperor Lei Hong's legacy. "Duan Tianhong is my disciple. Once, when I was severely injured and pursued by the Burning Soul clan of the extraterritorial evil clan, I happened to encounter him in Thunder Valley. I passed on all my knowledge to him. He helped me annihilate the Burning Soul clan and then sealed me in the Thunder Tomb, preserving the last of my strength." An old voice echoed slowly. "I see." Duan Qifei listened attentively as Emperor Lei Hong recounted the past, feeling relieved as the mystery unraveled. "Senior, actually, we came here mainly to..." After hearing Emperor Lei Hong's story, Duan Qifei stopped dwelling on the past and asked about the matter at hand. "Still calling me senior?" Emperor Lei Hong pretended to be serious. "Master," Duan Qifei smiled after a moment of thought. "I know your purpose, and from the aura I sensed earlier, it seems your opponents this time are the 3 4-star Do Xian from the Phantom Mirage clan. The Phantom Mirage clan and the Burning Soul clan are ranked mid-tier among the extraterritorial evil clans, but their relationship is quite good. This day was bound to come. Although you two are perfect 2-star Do Xian, it's not without a chance against them. Do you know what opportunity Lei Lord gave me?" Emperor Lei Hong asked with a gentle smile, his voice filled with pride. "The Thunder Emperor's scepter." The voice that followed was imbued with the might of thousands of thunderbolts, resounding through the tomb. At that moment, a feeling of submission swept over the entire tomb, and the surrounding tombs as well. One by one, they knelt before the bronze coffin in reverence. Boom, boom, boom. At the core of the Thunder Tomb, endless darkness enveloped the graveyard, and deep, thunderous power surged from each tombstone, gathering toward Emperor Lei Hong's bronze coffin. Gradually, it began to form an exquisitely crafted divine weapon. "This is..." Duan Qifei and Xiaoyan frowned upon seeing this. "What is this thing?" Outside the dark space, Phantom Mirage's expression shifted as he spoke. Instinctively, he could sense a wave of destructive energy coming from the Thunderbolt beam. As a powerful member of the extraterritorial evil clan, there were few things that could provoke such a reaction from him. This is..." "The Thunder Emperor's scepter?" murmured Phantom Venerable beside him, his voice filled with shock. "This thing, didn't it disappear with the fall of Emperor Lei Hong? How can it still exist?" Mirage Venerable also reacted with surprise. This was an artifact that had once been associated with Emperor Lei Hong, a weapon known throughout the realms. The Thunder Emperor's Scepter, Emperor Lei Hong's famed divine weapon, a 6th-grade immortal artifact, said Duan Qifei, her eyes flickering with realization. A 6th-grade immortal artifact? Xiao Yin was momentarily stunned. He knew that immortal artifacts were ranked from 1 to 9, corresponding to the strength of a Douxian, from 1 star to 9 star. The higher the rank, the more powerful the artifact. A 6th-grade immortal artifact, in combination with a 5-star Douxian strength, would be enough to make Emperor Lei Hong unstoppable even in the Yin-Soul Heaven. This was the opportunity given to me by the Thunder Lord. Though it may not be of much use to you in the future, at this stage, it will be more than enough to handle the current situation in the Thunder Tomb, Emperor Lei Hong said, looking with satisfaction at the silver scepter emerging from his bronze coffin. The Thunder Emperor's scepter was a silver staff about the width of an arm, surrounded by an overwhelming force of thunder. Only those with the thunder attribute would be able to harness its terrifying power. Its material was exceptionally unique, making it nearly indestructible even under destructive forces. Hearing this, Duan Qifei hesitated, clearly reluctant to accept it. After all, Emperor Lei Hong was her father's teacher, and this artifact would likely belong to her father in the future. This was originally the Thunder Lord's possession. Take it. The phantom of Emperor Lei Hong spoke gently to Duan Qifei. All right. After a brief struggle, Duan Qifei immediately grasped the scepter, her hand closing around it. Buzz buzz. As soon as she took control of the Thunder Emperor's scepter, rings of silver thunder erupted from it, racing toward her body. Thunder Lord, when you and your reincarnator awaken again, I hope you will once more protect this world. This is all I can do. The fading shadow of Emperor Lei Hong seemed to convey all his lingering wishes, his image becoming increasingly ethereal. A trace of satisfaction flickered in his eyes, and then the bronze coffin before them shattered with a thunderous crash. The space around them was instantly filled with surging silver thunder, enveloping Duan Qifei's figure. With this, the connection between Duan Qifei and the Thunder Emperor's scepter began to subtly fuse. Though Duan Qifei's power was still weak, the existence of the reincarnation token and the 6th-grade immortal artifact alone granted her the strength to contend with the extraterritorial evil clan. This is bad. She's absorbing the Thunder Emperor's scepter's power. If she fully masters this 6th-grade immortal artifact, our plans will be instantly ruined. Phantom Venerable's voice rang out in alarm. They knew the destructive power contained in such an artifact. Attack! The three of them wasted no time. A dazzling, evil aura spread from them as they launched a devastating assault on the tomb. Without Emperor Lei Hong's presence, the space of the tomb began to fragment under their powerful attacks, clearly unable to withstand much longer. I'll hold them off. You take your time, Xiao Yin said with a confident smile before leaping out of the tomb and into the surrounding dark space. Whoosh whoosh. Looking for death. The three figures screamed, launching their brilliant attacks at Xiao Yin. The combined attacks of 3 4-star Douxian experts would be a certain death for Xiao Yin, who was only at the perfect 2-star Douxian level. How strong! Xiao Yin grunted coldly, just as he prepared to channel the power of his sacred flame. However, an unusual force surged within him. Buzz buzz. At the same time, strange, pitch-black ghostly energy emanated from Xiao Yan's body. Clang! The three seemingly powerful attacks were suddenly vaporized upon coming into contact with Xiao Yan's eerie ghostly energy, disappearing without a trace. Ghostly Qi? How is this possible? The three were stunned. Though their strikes had been casual, they knew that even a casual blow from 3 4-star Douxian experts should have easily wiped out a mere 2-star Douxian. There's also a clear hierarchy within the extraterritorial evil clan. The extraterritorial evil clan consists of a vast array of races and territories, and based on the strength of their rulers, they are generally divided into 5 tiers: Heaven, Earth, Sovereign, Emperor, and King. Those at the Heaven and Earth levels usually govern weaker races, their strength barely reaching the level of a Douxian. A Sovereign level being, however, is at least a 1-star to 4-star Douxian. These races are ranked mid-tier within the extraterritorial evil clan. As for the king class, there are very few of them within the entire extraterritorial evil clan. They are the true leaders of the clan, each one an extraordinarily powerful being whose strength surpasses that of a 7-star Do Xian. The races they govern are among the most formidable in the extraterritorial evil clan, making them a true threat to the entire Great Thousand Worlds. The voice of the Devourer of Souls slowly emerged as it gazed at the three figures before it. The strength of these three? Xiao Yin nodded lightly upon hearing the words, evidently sensing something from the Devourer of Souls' tone. 2 sovereign-class powerhouses and 1 half-emperor. The Devourer of Souls' voice was filled with eerie intent as it slowly materialized. Phantom Venerable, Mirage Venerable, both possessing the strength of 4-star Do Xian, were undoubtedly sovereign-class powerhouses within the extraterritorial evil clan. Meanwhile, Phantom Mirage, with his perfect 4-star Do Xian strength, could at most be considered a half-emperor. Yet, with 2 sovereigns and 1 half-emperor, such a massive lineup still carried devastating power for Xiao Yin. As Xiao Yin continued to face off against the 3 formidable figures, outside the Thunder Tomb, in the Thunder Valley of the Sword-Forging clan, shocking events were unfolding. My lord, all of the Phantom Mirage clan's experts have entered the Thunder Tomb, and it is now under their control. The Sword-Forging Thunder Valley remains unaware. On a quiet path, 2 figures spoke in a strange tone, one of whom was the current Deputy Valley Master of the Sword-Forging Thunder Valley, Duan Tianyan. That old fool of the Phantom Mirage clan. Always causing trouble. Does he really think that just because he's a half-emperor of the extraterritorial evil clan, I won't dare to take action against him? Duan Tianyan's originally gentle face suddenly curled into a sneer, clearly frustrated that their plan had been disrupted by the Phantom Mirage clan's sudden advance. They had originally planned to wait until the Eastern Continent competition had ended, then launch a devastating strike against the Sword-Forging Thunder Valley, annihilating it entirely and giving the upper echelons of the Een Soul Heaven a severe lesson. But now, with the Phantom Mirage clan interfering, changes were inevitable. My lord, what should we do now? The black-clad figure asked cautiously, fearing to anger Duan Tianyan further. Mobilize all our forces. The grand event can begin. Since the Phantom Mirage clan wants to take the lead, then I'll gladly fan the flames for them, Duan Tianyan said with a sinister smile. Understood, my lord. The black-clad figure's aura deepened, and in the next instant, he vanished. Phantom Mirage, you defy the Emperor's orders. Your downfall is only a matter of time. But if your fall can bring about something meaningful, then it will be worth it. After saying this, Duan Tianyan's thoughts shifted, and he headed toward the Sword-Forging Hall. At the Sword-Forging Hall, dozens of high-ranking figures were already standing nervously. Their faces were filled with panic, clearly having realized something was amiss. Valley Master. One elder could not help but speak up, his voice filled with self-reproach. Old Duan, you are the overall commander of the Thunder Tomb this time. What happened? Speak up. Duan Tianhong seemed furious as he questioned the elder in a stern tone. Valley Master, this matter is not entirely my fault. Ever since the participants entered the Thunder Tomb, our control over it has diminished significantly. In fact, during these 2 months of the competition, no disciple has used the Thunder Plate to leave the Thunder Tomb, which is the strangest thing to us. We sent out several strong experts to investigate, but they have returned with no news. It seems there's something wrong with the Thunder Tomb, Elder Lei continued. His strength was at the 4-star Do Xian level, and though he held a high position in the Sword-Forging Thunder Valley, he felt insignificant before Duan Tianhong. Humph. This issue has been ongoing for 2 months. Why was it not reported earlier? Instead, it was delayed repeatedly? Duan Tianhong's brows furrowed as he sternly questioned, showing no mercy. Valley Master, this is indeed our oversight. We wanted to resolve it fully before reporting to you, Elder Lei muttered softly, unable to defend himself against Duan Tianhong's harshness. Calm down, big brother. I've already gathered the details. The Thunder Tomb has been completely infiltrated by the Phantom Mirage clan. It's entirely reasonable that Elder Lei failed to detect this in time. Just as Duan Tianhong was about to erupt again, the air in the sword-forging hall rippled. A flame-like figure slowly appeared. Deputy Valley Master. As this fiery figure materialized, the surrounding experts immediately felt a powerful pressure, causing them to speak out in unison. Phantom Mirage Clan? Duan Tianhong's heart skipped a beat. After Duan Tianhong's internal ailment was cured by Xiao Yin, he had been in seclusion, recovering his peak strength in preparation for the hidden enemies of the upcoming Eastern Continent competition. However, he had told others that he was occupied with other matters, so no one knew exactly what he had been doing. Now, having just regained his peak power, he sensed that something had happened at the Thunder Tomb, and immediately called a meeting. An extraterritorial evil clan, the Phantom Mirage Clan? Isn't that the evil clan closely allied with the Burning Soul Clan? Among the powerful figures present, there were a few sharp-minded individuals who suddenly realized what was going on. Second brother, how did you learn about this? Although Duan Tianhong had long been aware that there were spies within the ranks of the Duan Dao Thunder Valley, he hadn't yet exposed the matter, as there was no need to tear the facade apart until the last moment. Additionally, apart from a few trusted individuals, many of the senior leaders of the Duan Dao Thunder Valley were under suspicion, including Duan Tianyan. Big brother, please take a look. Duan Tianyan seemed to have already anticipated this. At the center of his palm, a fiery flame flickered, and as it danced, illusory images began to appear out of thin air, revealing shocking and unsettling scenes. Rumble. The flames leapt wildly, and in the blink of an eye, they transformed into three indistinct figures. The aura around them was extremely evil, and before long, the identities of these three individuals were confirmed by the gathered experts. Just from the glow in their eyes and their aura, it was clear that these were powerful members of the Phantom Mirage Clan. So this extraterritorial evil clan couldn't resist making a move after all. Valley Master, give the order. Soon after, the senior leaders, with determined expressions, turned their gaze to Duan Tianhong. Eliminating the extraterritorial evil clans was the mission of countless beings in the Great Thousand Worlds, and they couldn't shirk their responsibility. The fact that the Phantom Mirage Clan dared to blatantly intrude into the Thunder Tomb was essentially a declaration of war against the entire Duan Dao Thunder Valley. Although the Phantom Mirage Clan only has 3 4-star Do Xian level experts, their ranking in the extraterritorial evil clan's power hierarchy is mid-tier. The clan also possesses 2 sovereign level experts and 1 half-emperor. This matter might not be so simple. Duan Tianhong frowned, clearly sensing that things would not be this straightforward. Our Duan Dao Thunder Valley currently has 7 4-star Do Xian level experts. Since this matter concerns our internal affairs, there's no need to trouble other factions. Pass my orders. Duan Dao Thunder Valley is now on red alert. All individuals with suspicious identities are to be imprisoned. Additionally, I will use a secret technique to enter the Thunder Tomb. Once I enter, all matters within the valley will be under Tianyan's command. Anyone who disobeys will be dealt with according to the valley's laws. The authoritative orders flowed from Duan Tianhong's mouth, calm yet imposing. However, no one noticed that as these words fell, a subtle, almost imperceptible trace of mockery flickered in Duan Tianyan's heart. At the same time, Duan Tianhong looked at Duan Tianyan and gave a slight, knowing smile. Valley Master, your wisdom is unmatched.